Thank you for joining us on the Going Deeper podcast, a ministry of Fathom Church in Littleton, Colorado. You will never get to the bottom of the depths that are in Christ for you. And our hope with this podcast is that it will help you go deeper with God. So let's dive in to this episode of the Going Deeper podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Going Deeper podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Knight. Thank you for joining us where we talk about things around this table in the basement of Fathom Church. This is a bonus episode, as you can tell. We are here with Karina Bost.
Hello.
Hi. Chris Martin.
You know,
This has been a great day.
When
Hi,
I give
Chris.
a bonus episode, it's like Kyle's like, well, you know what? Protocol's out the window. I may as well just be awkward.
Protocol. Yep.
Yeah. This is the
Welcome.
bonus. This is the bonus episode, guys. We're a few days away from Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's crazy. I mean, it's not because we're recording this a few weeks early. Let's pull back the curtain for the people.
Oh, come on.
It's like 60 degrees outside. Ho, ho, ho. You know, so this is our Christmas. This is our Christmas episode. And guys, really, it's kind of similar to our Thanksgiving episode. That episode, we kind of went around and said what we are thankful for. Here's what I'd love to do. I want to talk about kind of Christmas traditions and the things that, you know, for you make Christmas Christmassy. You know, what are those? And I mean, it could be really deep things, meaningful things. It could be like, I just love that claymation Rudolph. You know, I would love to know the things, and we'll just kind of go around a few times and see what things kind of, you know, sprout up. But let's talk Christmas traditions. What are you thinking here? You want to start us off, Karina?
Sure. So, if I go back to like childhood, being a pastor's kid, we had traditions, but they were all kind of lost in that this is a work season. And it was just things like, you know, you want to go to your aunt's house for Christmas, but there's Christmas Eve service. I don't know. So I look back on my childhood and it's kind of funny because now that I'm an adult, I'm like, as a kid, I was just kind of like missing the point. But so I think when we had our own kids, I really was like gung-ho and just really excited to create traditions that they could like cling to and just get really excited about. The problem was I was a little overzealous. I literally created pretty detailed like 25 days of Advent activities.
Wow.
That was not obtainable. Like there's no way. I mean, we never did all of them, but that's because it was just really way too much work. But we did stick to some of them. Like the kids' favorites became pretty clear pretty quickly. And so one of them was, we called it the gift bags of light. And we would go to the parade of lights and we would buy like a book or a DVD from the Christian bookstore that had the nativity story. And they would put glow sticks in it and like whatever else candy. The kids would make these little gift bags. And then we go to the parade of lights and they had to find a kid to like give this gift bag of light to. So,
That's so cool.
You know, I think that was just one of the ways we kind of helped them share during the Christmas season.
Awesome. So cool. Very cool.
One of the way you kind of started that out talking about church. One of my traditions, everything that whenever I think of Christmas and the Christmas season, growing up in the church, my mom worked at the church that I grew up in. So I was around church a ton and saw some like behind the scenes stuff like that. But church has always been like, whether it's going to Advent services, weeks before Christmas or that Christmas Eve service, it's just being at the church with the people that you love, with your family, and really just like worshiping together and like singing the Christmas songs and all that kind of stuff is just, that always gets me kind of in the mood for Christmas and really excited for it, is just being at a church. So be a part of a church. You are a part of a church, fan.
Yeah. So I wasn't raised in the church. So church actually was a part of our Christmas tradition, but it wasn't, right? Like not in the same way that it was for you guys. Right. And so, you know, my family, we would have said we were Christian, in as much as we weren't Buddhist.
Right.
Right. And so we would go to church on Christmas Eve. And I but I remember distinctly like the feeling and the smell and the colors and the hymns and candlelights
Candles.
and Silent Night, just those things. And I remember my dad and my mom dressing up, and my brother and I would dress up, and then and so even not being raised in the church, I think I loosely knew and associated Christmas with church. I don't know if I knew. I mean, I would have been able to probably articulate that that's the day that Jesus was born, but it certainly did not have genuine religious / spiritual ramifications for me. But I will tell you this: Christmas was my favorite as a kid. Like looking back, even with the dysfunction of my family, looking back, it was the highlight of my year. The traditions, the songs, the cookies, the TV programs, like the expectation, all of these things. They just, I mean, even today, my wife says that I'm like cripplingly nostalgic, and I just feel it. I mean, I feel all the feels during Christmas season, and most of them aren't attached with Jesus. Actually, most of them are attached with family and with community and experiences and tradition and things like that. So, so gosh, I love it. And actually it was harder after I started working in the church, because Christmas got really busy and really stretched out, because you have to plan it in like September, and it lost some of its mystique a little bit. And I can generally agree with that that like it just changes it when you start vocationally working as a part of this. But I love Christmas. I still do to this day. So
yeah.
What else?
Yeah, I love Christmas. I mean, I think for me, having 3 sisters, it was kind of, super fun to share all that. One of the things we got to do as kids, we did do Santa. Santa wasn't a big deal. The only thing my parents would do is, I hope kids are not listening to this.
Sorry,
kids.
Yeah, parents.
Peace out, kids. No. My parents allowed us to open our Christmas stockings in the middle of the night whenever we woke up. And so my oldest sister was always the first one to wake up, probably 2, 3 a.m. She would wake us all up, and we would go down and we'd open our stockings together.
Like without parents?
Without parents. Yeah, we would open our Christmas stockings, and it was just a really cool thing to share with my sisters. And I don't know why, but it was magical. It was the one night my parents left the Christmas tree lights on all night.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'd go out there and we're all giggly, and all the way up till we all graduated high school. We were still doing it, like waking up in the middle of the night. And so recently it's something we let our kids start doing. So I don't know if they'll love it as much as I did, but
yeah, that's so cool.
I mean, yeah, I love Christmas, and we do everything, especially having kids. I mean, we do the Santa stuff, and we do the Elf on the Shelf, which I say begrudgingly, because it's as much as I love it, because my kids love it. They think it's absolutely fun. But man, as a parent, that is so difficult and annoying. If you're a parent out there and you do that, you know what I mean. It's too many weeks of doing that stupid little elf thing. But anyways, yeah, we love everything Christmas. We watch all the Christmas movies, try to get a couple in like each weekend. One of the things that I loved growing up was just the whole Christmas meant, that like what Christmas break meant as a kid, and being in school, and how I feel like back in the day we got out quite a bit earlier. Like we'd have like 10 or so days before Christmas, and that was just such a cool time of like, yes, this semester's done. That kind of anticipation of all the fun stuff you get to do. You get to go look at Christmas lights, go see some parades, do all that cool stuff. And then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But it was just really cool as a kid to be done with school and have that whole break of like, and then you throw New Year's and everything into that too. Man. And it feels different as an adult when it's like, yeah, you you don't have like end day of school really. But you see that in your kids too, that they're just like really excited to be done with. I mean, my 6-year-old's already like, when's my last day before Christmas break? It's like, dude, you finish strong, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So when I was a kid, my mom's best friend was a gal on our street. Her name was Rita Belmonte. Rita, if you listen, which you probably don't, love you.
That would be amazing.
And the Belmonte family are very Italian, Chicago Italian, very, very much an Italian family. And so we would go to our Christmas Eve service at, we're at the United Methodist Church that was down the street from us. And then we would always go over to the Belmonte's house for Christmas Eve dinner. And Grandma Belmonte, who I would imagine is no longer with us, Rita's mom, would make a traditional Italian Christmas dinner, Christmas Eve dinner with pasta and meats and sausage. And I mean, I remember walking into the house and just like getting hit with like a heat wave of like meat and sauce and red sauce. And I just have I link Christmas Eve with Italian food for whatever reason. And so I told that story to Marcy when we were dating. And so when we got married, every Christmas Eve since we've been married, she's made me spaghetti because I've been working in the church since we got married. And so I work Christmas Eve and then I come home ragged after Christmas Eve services and I walk into a waft of spaghetti every single time. And so that's our tradition for our family as well. The second thing I want to also bring up is, man, I have fond memories of going to the mall. For our college students who listen, there used to be these places called the mall. Okay. And it's like Amazon in a building. Okay. That's what it was.
That is actually true. That's true.
But I remember, I don't know, maybe a week or 2 weeks before Christmas, when my brother and I were kids, my parents would take us to the Chapel Hills Mall, and my mom would take me and my dad would take my brother, and we would go Christmas shop for one another. And like, I just remember like the mall was packed with people. This is when malls were like, think Stranger Things, sort of mall moment. Like that's what it was. Oh, yeah. This was before online shopping, right? So we're walking the mall and like going into Toys R Us and like going and finding things for each other and buying them and then like hiding the bags from each other when we meet at, the Chick-fil-A for dinner. And then I'd swap and I'd go with dad and he'd go with mom. And I just remember that being a real sweet thing. Back before everybody bought each other gift cards. I miss the days of real presents. So
get Chris real presents.
Yeah. I want cash. That's what I want.
That's no gift cards, but cash.
Cash is the universal gift card. So yeah, that I don't know. That's fun. Hey, let me do some rapid fires. Okay. Favorite type of Christmas cookie?
My Grandma Dalkey's molasses cookies.
Okay.
Cousin Nathan, have you had Grandma Dalkey's molasses cookies?
Does Cousin Nathan listen to this podcast?
I don't know, but now he should.
Cousin Nathan. Okay. Kyle?
I mean, sugar cookies. I'm not really, it's just a Christmas sugar cookie.
Straight up sugar cookie.
Straight up. Yeah.
Okay.
I will eat any cookie that's put in front of me. Let's just say that.
Yeah. My mom makes sugar cookies. She has a sugar cookie recipe with homemade frosting, and we do them every year, and they're my favorite too. So yeah. Okay. Favorite Christmas movie?
That's what I was gonna guess.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Ooh,
it's a good one.
We gotta watch that. I think we're gonna watch that this weekend with our kids. Although Caroline might be scared a little bit, but
I love that movie. Good call.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Christmas movie. Oh man. I'm gonna say now Home Alone. I've watched that about 4 times this season already with Austin. Yeah, he's obsessed with it.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah, I'm a straight up Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase. I love it, man.
It's a good one.
It's so good. It is so good. Okay. All right. Favorite Christmas Carol?
Oh. I don't know. That's a really good question. If you wouldn't have asked me, I need time to think of songs. Lyrics. I don't know titles.
Just sing it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Okay. Pass. Kyle. Favorite Christmas Carol?
Pass me too. I'm thinking. Hold on.
I didn't write any of these down. I'm just shooting from the hip.
What's yours?
Mine is "O Come, Come Emmanuel." I love that song.
Mine is "O Come, Emmanuel." I do love that song.
What a tool. Merry Christmas.
Joy to the world.
Okay. Joy to the world. Is that really?
Silent Night. I'm just gonna name them all. What else could I?
Boy, this rapid fire is not really coming together so well.
It is.
It's coming together. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
What I've got one.
Okay.
What was the favorite gift you've ever received and the favorite gift you've given?
That's hard to rapid fire on.
I mean, this isn't rapid
That's-
fire.
that's
This is
Like once Kevin, my husband, he planned a trip to California with me and the kids and him, and we literally left Christmas Day. I didn't know he planned all of it, and he's like, "Hey, Merry Christmas! By the way, we're leaving. We were supposed to leave the next day, but then a storm was coming in, so we left."
wow.
That was probably the
Way to
favorite.
go, Kevin.
Yeah, good job, Kevin. That was a good one.
That's awesome.
The favorite gift I've given, I
Sure. Or just
have to think about that one.
I mean, I don't know. I remember we got remote control cars one Christmas. That was rad.
Yep.
I just remember my brother and I remote control carring all over the place. So
Sure.
I don't know. I have a hard time like remembering what I got and gave last year.
Right. That's
Right,
true.
so, like, that's-
gift card.
It's
gift card.
gift card. Yeah.
Gift
Man,
cards.
man, that $5 Starbucks gift card was great.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. I love to give gifts and I love to get
Mhm.
gifts, and yet I don't remember
Right.
it as much.
Actually, I remember the
Yeah.
favorite gift I ever gave. My family and my siblings and my parents, we draw Secret Santas, so that way we're not all buying each other everything.
Mhm.
And I had my dad, and I got him like a hydro flask, and then I had a silhouette sticker made of all of the grandkids holding hands, and it went all the way around the bottom of the water bottle. And I kind of had to do some photoshopping of like the Thailand grandkids and the U.S. grandkids.
Aw.
But then someone did just like a silhouette sticker, cut out like a vinyl decal, put it around the bottom of the. Yeah, that was a fun
You're
gift.
like
That's
the
so
real
cool.
deal.
I know.
Chris,
That's so awesome.
I'm like,
I
I got a sweater.
I got a snowboard one year. That was seriously probably at that point the best gift I ever got because
Yeah.
that was the one thing I wanted.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for whatever reason I remember experiences and like
Mhm.
traditions more than I
Yeah.
remember
Mhm.
specific
True.
gifts. Like I it's hard for me to even remember all of the
Mhm.
gifts that I've had even recently.
Mhm.
But man, I love the experience of opening stuff and
Yeah.
sitting with family. Okay, here's a question: are you when you rip open a present, is your family throw the paper everywhere, or does that go right into the plastic trash bag?
Yeah, right. I don't know if this is me, but being married to Kevin since I was 19, it's become our family policy that yes, you put the trash, every piece, all the tape, everything goes in a bag.
Right in the
before
bag.
one person opens a gift at a time, and the
Okay.
trash goes straight
There
in.
you
Okay,
go.
right to the trash.
Yeah, I feel like as a dad now, I'm like, I've got and there's all
You're the
these
trash bag
memes
guy.
now
Yeah.
of like the dads, like here you go. But like my dad, when we go over to their my parents' place for like later Christmas morning with all the grandkids and stuff, it's my dad has the trash bag and he's like, come here. And so does my brother too. It's just it's us in the family that does that. But I think at our own home with like just us four in the morning, I'm a little more lenient, but then yeah, I'll clean up.
Yeah, my house, now that we've got Harper, she's like a wood chipper. Like, I mean, like she will try to open a package with as many little piece rips as possible. She thinks it's hilarious. And I have a bag and I can't handle that, so I'm like
There you go.
chasing shards of
Yep.
paper everywhere all morning. But yeah, I'm a bad guy too.
Do you guys like wrapping gifts?
No.
I love it. If you ever need gifts wrapped, I'll totally do it.
Okay.
There's just something about wrapping
Wow.
a gift.
Man.
No, I don't like it.
Nice-
I
nice and
think
neat.
I like the satisfaction of a well wrapped gift, but how many?
See, I like
There are people who will put everything in a box. I'm not that person
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't want to waste the wrapping paper. But I also am anti gift bags. I will not put anything in a gift bag.
Is that because you like the
yeah.
opening
Well, I don't know if it's me. I like
instead of just
watching the
bag?
kids. Like I think they're
Yeah.
more excited to open a wrapped gift than a
Yeah,
gift bag.
is
That's true.
it's like it's the gift card of wrappings.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the
Very
gift card
true.
of wrappings. That's interesting.
It is very true.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think Christmas traditions are fun. Guys. So this year for the church, we don't pull out all the stops for Christmas. In terms of like, we don't have like a live nativity with like goats and junk and like
But we will next year. No. Okay.
Yeah, we don't we celebrate Advent. We do, we decorate the chapel. We kind of do these things, and we will have Christmas Eve services. We'll candlelight those things. I mean, we do special things in terms of the music and the messages and things like that. But I think at least my experience with Fathom has been that it's a sweet experience for our church to gather and we're gonna have cookies and hot cocoa and coffee and just kind of do the warm beverage thing. So want to invite everyone to come out for Christmas Eve. We're going to do 2 services, 2:30 and 5, childcare for 5 and under. 2:30 and 4.
I was like,
2:30 and 4, childcare for 5 and under. There's the 5.
There
It is. And then Christmas Day is on Sunday. So Christmas Eve is a Saturday. Christmas Day is on Sunday, and we're just not going to have any services on the 25th. So we'll be back together after the New Year. So January 1st will be our first Sunday back after Christmas Eve. But I'm excited. I am excited about our Christmas Eve here at Fathom. I like that we do it early. I know it felt weird for me at first. Do you guys like doing it early? It felt weird because I am used to, as a child, going to Christmas Eve service and it's dark.
Yeah.
And so like 2:30 in the afternoon is not Christmas Eve for me. Christmas Eve starts when the sun goes down. But I like it now that I have kids and that I work here.
I was gonna say,
I can go home.
working Christmas Eve, I'm totally cool with it.
And when just us having family that doesn't go to church, they have some traditions on Christmas Eve, so it's nice to be able to join them.
Right. Yeah.
All right, here's my rapid fire question.
All right.
Do you read the Christmas story before or after presents on Christmas morning? Or I'm assuming you read it. Maybe you don't.
The night before Christmas?
No,
Remember, I was not raised in
night
this.
before Christmas is the night before Christmas, right? That's the Christmas story. Right?
Christmas story the night before Christmas.
We do it Christmas Eve night. We do
okay.
both of those that night. So we don't do it Christmas morning.
That was a really rude assumption. I'm sorry. This is the thing
okay.
when you're raised in the church and your dad's the pastor.
Yeah, you're like Luke chapter 2.
Open up your Bibles, everybody.
Yeah, interesting. No, I don't read it. No, I preach it. I don't know if you've heard of that. But. Here, I've got another rapid fire question. Do you guys do any sort of presents on Christmas Eve?
No. I know families who do all of their presents on Christmas Eve, but we occasionally will do like the pajama. Everyone knows their pajamas, whatever. Yeah. But no, I don't. We don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Growing up, we only did with me and my siblings. We would do our sibling gifts to each other right before we went to service, to church service. But now being married, Jackie's family actually does most, like her whole family thing is Christmas Eve. So after church, we go over there, we do all gifts with cousins and everything like that, have a meal, play some games. And then Christmas morning is like our family to do it. So yeah, we're both, it makes Christmas Eve crazy and busy and late, but it's fun. That's a cool new tradition since being married.
Yeah, we don't do anything on Christmas Eve. I grew up like begging my parents to let me open one thing on Christmas Eve, and my dad it was militant. The lieutenant colonel would always say, "No, not until Christmas Day," and we weren't allowed to even go downstairs on Christmas Day until Dad got the handy cam, which was like a shoulder-mounted video camera. And then we would all go downstairs together and he would video it.
You need to find this.
And then we'd hit the stockings. Stockings first before you get to the tree.
Yep.
So I think it's heresy to open things before Christmas Day.
Did you ever like search out your presents and find them before Christmas?
Yeah.
I one year ruined Christmas. I opened all of my toys like 2 weeks early and hid them in my room.
That is so, how old are you? That's terrible.
Oh gosh, I was probably 10. 9, 10,
Christopher.
I did it one time, and then I was super sorry, Mom and Dad. You may not know that. I did it one time, and then I was super disappointed. It was the most disappointing Christmas. I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
Oh, yeah.
I was like a second grader.
Did you find them and open them and you knew?
No, they weren't wrapped. So I found them.
Okay.
I was looking for them and
too.
I found them. And
That's
then I
the hard-
was.
Mine were action figures. I just opened them all and started playing with them.
You are terrible.
My mom
dude.
found out a few days later and she came in and just lit me up. You want to ruin Christmas? And I never did it again.
Yeah.
But I did have a great December.
So bad. Wow.
Heathen.
Yeah.
Opening your presents on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Yeah. Open them up well before stealing them. You're stealing your own gifts. Am I supposed to answer that?
No,
Or
yeah.
that- oh,
You're good, man.
no, I
You're
never
a
found.
Good, you're
no.
a good child. Either
It's
that or you're
hard
just
now
not
to
good at-
hide the gifts from the kids. That's been the hard part because my boy tries to look for them now. So I got to wrap them really early.
I mean, we shop on Christmas Eve. There's that advantage.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. We don't really do that.
There you go. Get all your
That's
shopping
we
done on
have
Christmas Eve.
done that, but that's not our
Oh,
plan.
I've done that. Yeah.
Well, guys, appreciate you guys. Thanks for talking about Christmas traditions, church.
Mhm.
We hope that you guys will be a part of our Christmas tradition.
Join
out
us.
and join us at
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. It'll be good. Be good.
If we don't see you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
There you go.